What's on, minifans? In this video I'm making a fuel storage tank and I'm just pretty much using trash items. Okay, as always, if you like anything in this video, feel free to like and subscribe and ring that notification bell if you want to stay up to date with my projects. Okay, let's get on to building. Let's begin. I'm starting off with this bottle, which I've sanded to help, glue and paint adhere. And I've also cut the end off. And I found that one of those kids' pipes fits perfectly in the end. So that's brilliant. So the idea is to cover the main body in cardstock for durability and then ease of painting. I've cut a piece of card to go on the main body, and this one's 8 centimeters wide, but it depends on what bottle size you're using. And then what I've done is cut two 1 centimeter strips of card for either side, so these are going to be trim. I've PVA glued them on and then weighed it down to make sure they're all firmly in place. For the two trim pieces, I've put marks so I can find the center of each piece of trim, and then I've measured and put a dot in the direct center. And then from that dot, I've measured 2 centimeter intervals both ways, and yeah, just dotted. And then the old rivets, so again, fingernail jewelry beads, and I get these into place or close by the dots using just my finger. And then a dot of super glue with a cocktail stick and maneuver it into place. So I do this all over. Okay, so the trim's all done. I now glue this whole section onto the bottle, just using PVA glue, and I tape it using masking tape at the sort of join, just to make sure, it dries in place. Off cam, I've added a circle of card with rivets onto the end of the bottle, and this little rubber bottle top in the center just looks kind of nice. So this is all glued on the end. For the kid's pipe, I give it a good sanding, get rid of that flash line and, help rough up the surface. And then I add a 1 centimeter strip of cardstock just off the end, and this is riveted as well. Rivet it before it goes on, make it easier. So the outside bit of pipe will go into the bottle, so it'll help with strength. I actually didn't press record for this bit, but what I've done is make some feet for the pipe. So I've made 4 of these, 2 at either end, and I've just used the curve of the pipe and just cut these sections of chipboard and then added 5mm trim on the outside. So these get glued on the outside of the trim, and then the kid's pipe gets glued onto the end of the bottle, but it doesn't quite reach the floor, so I add another section of 1 centimeter trim. No rivets this time. Sorry for being out of shot for some of this, but I just add some cable tie on the outside trim of the feet, just a bit more detail. Next up, I want to make a platform on top of the bottle. So I've just cut a piece of chipboard, 2mm chipboard, and it's 3 centimeters by 11 centimeters. And then I PVA glue this and put some mesh on top, weigh it down until it's dried. Okay, I've trimmed the mesh, and then what I've done is cut some 5mm wide pieces of chipboard. So these are trim for this platform. So I glue these on, but only onto 3 edges. I keep one, clear for a ladder later. These are the exact length of the platform, because I want a small space in the corners for the railings to go. For the railings themselves, very simple. I've just cut 4 2-centimeter long sections of barbecue skewer. So these are like the corner supports, and then just a long straight for the top. And these just get glued on with super glue. I want the platform to be raised off the bottle. So I've drawn out a circle, the diameter of the bottle, and then I've measured out centimeter from sort of either side of the circle, and then from the center I've gone 1.7 centimeters in both directions, because the platform itself with the trim is 3.4 centimeters wide, so half and half. And then I cut out these 2 sections. So these 2 sections we've just cut out, I glue these onto the bottom of the platform. And for placement, I've just placed them so they're on the inside trim on the bottle. So yeah, these just get glued on with super glue. Onto the ladder. This is a very simple ladder. I've cut 2 sections of chipboard, which are 5mm by 7.5 long, and then I've done centimeter intervals, marked that, scored those lines, and then deepened that score with a ballpoint pen. And then I'm just using 1mm wire, and I've cut 2 centimeter lengths, and these just get glued on into those slots. I wanted a bit more detail on that ladder, so I just glue some cable tie sections onto the front. Alrighty, I glue this all together now, so the platform on top, the ladder on the front, and then for a bit more strength, I've added just 2 sections of barbecue skewer at the bottom of the ladder to attach it to the main body. And after this, I Mod Podge the entire thing, prime it, and then base coat with painting time. My standard paint job, pretty much. So I dry brush mainly the bits that are going to be metal, so the platform, the ladder, and the trim. So I dry brush this with silver, and then paint the main sort of sections of the container a reddish brown. I do a couple of coats of this. And then after this is all dried, I black wash the metal bits and then do a dirty brown wash for the red. And these are both homemade washes, which are just paint, water, and a bit of dish soap. Now for the rust, I've actually gone for a different tactic this time. I've made up a sort of textured paint. So it's just a mix of burnt umber paint, baking soda, and some very fine sand. So this is all just mixed up and then blobbed on where I want the rust to be, using an old brush. Once that textured paint has dried, I want to sort of blend it in a bit more, so I just sponge on some burnt umber around those bits, and then after that's dried, sponge on some orange on top. I want the main body of the tank to look a bit sort of chipped. So I've just sponged on a bit of silver in different places, just to show where the paint's chipped off. As a final stage, I just do some sort of stains and drip marks with black and brown inks. Here are some glamour shots of the final finished piece. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers for now.